All-Pro JAFFos, ball out Pro Bowl, Tony Romo, 40-yard dash, boy, don't be slow-mo. Get on the court, boy, I'm in go. Outside in the sun like Elliot Kobo. I'm running fast, LA de la Cruz. Turn on the JAFFos, get my news. 7FL doing good, how I knew. All-Pro JAFFo, the All-Pro, they talk sports, they speak fast. You talk smack, you get sacked. Come tune in, sit in chat. Sport you like, they speak all that.
Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the All-Pro JAFFos, bringing you the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. I'm your host, as always, JP, and DJ Mastix has got the night off tonight. He's got to take care of the little one. EJ should be joining us pretty soon. Dub, once he gets his technology all set and done, should be out over and well with us and joining us because it gracing us with the presence from the Mizzle and Dub show. Mizzle, how are you, sir?
Doing fair. Can't complain.
Good. It is Super Bowl week, but before we get into that, I kind of have to talk about it. You guys talked about it on your show on your early edition today.
Yeah.
One of the dumbest trades of probably all time. For most of you who haven't been living under a rock, you guys already know a massive trade between the Dallas Mavericks and the Lakers took place. There was another team involved, but that's not even close to being relatively important compared to what actually happened between the Lakers and the Mavs. AD gets sent over to Dallas, and who do the Lakers get in return? Luka fucking Doncic.
Wow.
The 25-year-old phenom, 5-time NBA All-Pro. I don't even know where to begin with this other than one, the general manager is the dumbest human being on the planet.
Yep.
The fact that he has not been fired yet right now is actually beyond me, because for all intents and purposes, it looks like he made this decision all on his own.
Sure did.
The owner didn't know. J. Kidd didn't know. None of the players. Fuck, LeBron didn't even know.
And that's saying a lot.
Yeah, if LeBron didn't know, you know something is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know something happened. The Lakers were like, we don't even have to tell LeBron. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
He'll be happy regardless.
Luka. Yeah, he's going to be happy with it. Trust me.
Yeah.
So the press conference between Harrison and J. Kidd was one of the most cringeworthy press conferences I've ever seen, because everything that this GM said was in complete contradiction to what J. Kidd's body language was. Me and J. Kidd were on the same page, I know he's got my back in this.
But did you have my back? Do you really think if he'd have known that they would have came to him like, we're thinking about acquiring AD, he first would have been like, oh, okay, who we giving up? Luka, get the fuck out of my office.
The GM even said when he had mentioned it as an option or a possibility to the owner, and the owner straight up laughed at him. And that wasn't a sign all in itself. The owner of the team said, that's a good joke. Yeah, we're not doing that. And you still went and did it. Everybody in the city of Dallas is beyond pissed off.
Oh, as they should.
Kids are crying. Season ticket holders are upset. Protests. People are literally lining up outside of the stadium to show how pissed off that they are. They're now The Dallas Mavericks are now giving up to $2,000 in refunds back to season ticket holders who canceled their season tickets due to this Luka trade. Your franchise guy, generational talent,
Hard to
took you to
find,
the
by the way.
finals, carried you to the finals,
Yeah.
and you traded him for what?
A guy that can't stay on the court.
Glass knees and a bag of balls. Just I couldn't believe it. First of all, I was like, fuck the Lakers. They just got another fucking generational talent on their goddamn team.
They just set themselves up for when LeBron decides to leave.
Which will probably be in the next two years.
Agreed.
The way things are going right now, especially for him. He's it is now the signs of aging are starting to really kind of creep up on LeBron. His and LeBron sexuals can get mad at it all they fucking want to.
Facts
the
are
facts
facts.
are the facts. What I'm watching, the man's energy is just not into it.
Yeah.
The hustle is just that he's cherry picking more than he ever has in his entire career.
Big time. Big time.
And the defense isn't really there. It just he seems tired. And I mean, shit, after 20 plus years of playing in the league at 40 plus years old, Father Time is undefeated. I don't give a shit.
And the minutes that he play as well.
Exactly. Like it just it's at that point where you know he's getting ready to go. And the fact that the Lakers basically stole Luka. Stole him. Like, this wasn't an even trade. This wasn't like, oh, man, we're getting a superstar for a superstar or a generational for a generational. No. You're getting the glass-kneed unibrow for a generational talent in Luka. He's only 25.
2K would have rejected this trade.
2K everywhere. I'm looking at them. Everyone who has tried this trade on 2K gets the same response. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. That's what it's saying. It makes no sense whatsoever. This trade, honestly, it has to be. I have never in any sport have seen a trade this dumb. You literally gave up your franchise guy, the guy you were going to be hanging the jersey from the rafter, maybe even have a fucking statue outside of your stadium when it's all said and done. Beloved by all of the fans. Everybody in Dallas. Luka will never have to buy dinner or a drink in the city of Dallas as long as he lives. And you got rid of him for AD?
And you know the fucked up part about it? He just bought a $15 million house out in Dallas. Just bought it.
And
planting the seed, ready to stay.
And the worst part about it was, and this is where it seemed a little petty to me. Now Luka can't get a supermax.
Oh shit.
Because of this trade.
Oh shit.
Had this trade not gone down, he would have been up for a supermax at the end of the year.
Oh shit.
But because he now got traded, he's not eligible for the supermax anymore.
Oh, that's some bull.
So
that's some bull.
So the timing of it was just, and again, I haven't heard an excuse. I'm seeing everywhere that people were like, "Oh well, he seems to be out of shape, and he's about close to 270 pounds." And I'm like, "Well, he's like what, 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there." 270 pounds is not like out of the order, and it's not like he was the fastest player to begin with.
Oh no,
so Luka was basically a smaller Jokic.
Yep.
Just the fundamentals of everything. That it's slow but it's working.
Yeah, and he didn't ask for a trade either. He did not ask for a trade.
Did not. That's what he lost in the Supermax.
Wow.
because of the trade. He's missing out on $116 million. That absolutely insane.
Insane, yeah, very insane. Really insane.
And the GM had the balls to sit next to J Kidd and go like, I know what kind of players he likes and I know what kind of players that he wants on the team. What? J Kidd was, you could look at his body language. He was trying so hard not to just reach over and punch that man in the face. It took everything out of him not to get up and walk out of that press conference. This GM should not have a job at all. By the end of today, by the end of tomorrow, by the end of the week, he shouldn't have a job, period. After this. This is by far the biggest blunder in sports history.
Yeah.
Not just NBA history, sports history. This is like the Red Sox giving up Ruth. You know, this was like the Red Sox giving up Mookie Betts.
That was stupid.
You know, the Red Sox have been a team historically made of bad trades, but this one absolutely takes the cake.
Indeed.
And then the day after, get pummeled by Cleveland. Get the absolute shit kicked out of them by Cleveland.
Yeah.
What was did I read this correctly? They had 91 points in the first half?
Something like that.
Oh my God. See, that's already the basketball gods going, oh, we're about to fuck you. We're about to make your franchise the worst that it's ever been or has ever been in the history of the league. Mark Cuban is pissed right now.
Right, yeah.
Well,
who texted him? Somebody texted him and said, I gotta find it, but yeah, someone texted him and he was like, I don't fucking know. Fuck.
That beats me. Is like, did you know that? That makes two of us. The fact that the owners did not know.
That's crazy.
He essentially went behind everybody's back to make this trade. Some people are making a conspiracy going like he knew he was in over his head, so he made the trade so that he's going to end up becoming an assistant out there in LA.
Oh, shit.
That's a conspiracy. I don't know how much water is behind that and how that to me, I was just kind of, that seems a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know, but
you never know.
Conspiracies are going to come when they come.
Yeah.
But this one was like, how do you, what goes through somebody's mind to think that Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic was a smart idea? Now Kyrie Irving wants out. Now all of your star guys want out of Dallas because of what you just did.
I mean, you would too.
Hell yes.
That lets you know that you don't value me. If you traded away the future, how do you value me? Yeah, let me get up out of here before something goes the wrong way.
Yeah, let's move before this gets worse. I do not want to be a part of this train when it crashes straight into the fucking wall.
Right.
Yeah, that I am not gonna be on this. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Get me the fuck out of here. You know, the reaction around the league, former players, current players, it's mind-boggling. And there's nothing that this GM has said so far that justifies any of it.
Not at all.
He was a little overweight, okay, and he's still averaging 28, 8, and 8 for the career.
I think he got you to the finals with that weight.
You know, it's like that's like telling Joker to stop playing lazy. That's never going to happen. He got here the way he got here. He is a generational talent because he has played the way he's played. Let him do his fucking thing. And you think AD is going to make up for that?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
We're talking about effort and all that shit. AD? was the one that you wanted to bring in. I'm the more I talk about it, I'm not even a Dallas Mavericks fan, and I'm infuriated. I, I'm sitting here going, "Holy shit!" Like get this man the fuck up out of here. Like that, just like we say when the bad plays, crumple it up, get it out.
That shit
Same
out.
goddamn thing. Kick him the fuck up out of here.
Boot that shit.
Hello, Dub. How are you, sir?
Still trying to understand just how you talk to nobody else. It was just you and the Lakers. It's like y'all wanted to be hand in hand. And yet again, but now here's my question. I mean, even though the Lakers are killing the Clippers right now.
Yeah, they are.
In the first half.
I'm gonna have to turn from this one.
Who's going to protect your rim now? You just basically said this season is a wash because the rim protection that you had, you now giving it to Dallas. Now, Dallas in the short term can benefit because you now have Lively and Gafford and Davis now back to playing the 4 in your front court. But it's insane. It really is insane.
Yeah, it's just right now. I mean, it looks like. I mean, in order to get Luka, you were going to have to essentially kind of trade the house.
They got him for peanuts.
But exactly. An injury-prone center who can't figure out whether he wants to keep the unibrow or not. And 2 no-names that they're essentially bench players. So you gave LA a superstar for the future. Because if you think LA is ever going to get rid of Luka, you're sadly mistaken.
No.
So he's going to end up being a Laker for the rest of his life. And now the city of Dallas is going to have to suffer.
Well, look at it this way. If you look at, let's just say, the Los Angeles history of the Lakers for the last, let's say, 55 years. Okay. With the exception of Magic Johnson,
Yes.
James Worthy, Byron Scott, and AC Green.
You look like AC Green. I'm sorry.
Bitch, don't call here anymore.
Sorry. Just Dr. Dre just came in my head the moment he said it. I'm sorry.
Use an ugly woman if you look like AC Green, I'm just saying. But look at it this way. Okay. The captain, Kareem, came in trade. Shaq.
Yes.
Ass like Ashanti, body like Beyonce, face like
Ow.
Andre.
Ow. But Shaq was a free agent. Kobe was a draft day trade. So most of their generational talents that they've gotten, like I said, with the exception of Magic and Worthy, because Magic and Worthy were actually drafted by the greatest basketball executive ever to live, Mr. Jerry West.
Yes, indeed.
But outside of that, it's either been trade or free agency that the Lakers have gotten their superstars, because obviously we know the Lakers don't know how to develop and
full Yankee mode.
After Jerry West left, let me make that clear. After the logo left, Lakers don't know how to draft and develop anybody. They just don't.
Big facts.
But you look at their history. This is not surprising on the Lakers' part because this is just what they've done in their history since they've moved to Los Angeles. This is what they do.
So I mean, it's again, it's not surprising on how they acquire the talent. It's just who they're acquiring, how they're getting the talent. That's probably the most frustrating out of all of it because they're getting all of this talent for nothing. They're not giving up much of anything to get all of the talent that they've gotten. That's what the infuriating part about it is. You gave up a bag of balls, a sandwich coupon, a dying unibrow for a generational talent. I don't understand. Like, it's just absolute. Like, I do feel for the fans in Dallas. I feel for them so much. That's a big I mean, I know it's, everyone wants to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and all that other kind of stuff, but the Dallas Mavericks are a very beloved team in that city. Like, let's not get that twisted. The
They
Dallas
were
Mavericks
just
are
in the finals.
Exactly.
So you basically you gave away your future for a present and past. And if you think, as a general manager, as a fan, as an owner, anything, that this trade is what's going to get the Dallas Mavericks over the hump, one, you don't know basketball. Exit stage left, please. You don't know
Please.
what the fuck you're talking about.
Yes.
And two,
Even
you probably belong in an insane asylum. We need to get you a
Right
5150
to Napa.
hold right now. Get you
Right to
checked
Napa.
in. Make sure that evaluation, that 72-hour evaluation's nice, and
Right up to
make
Napa.
sure that we're clean. And
Yep.
then we can let you go after we've gave you up some medication and everything else like that to make sure that you're actually a productive member of society and not a threat to the general population. Because there's nothing that anybody can say that will justify what just happened. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was one of those, the meme hopeful trade type of thing. When Madstick sent it to me, he said, "Dude, bro, this is real."
Yep.
What do you mean this is real? And I start looking it up, and sure and behold, first thing that pops up on my timeline: Dallas Mavericks trade Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Well, Mark Cuban is an idiot. It wasn't Mark Cuban. Matter of fact, Mark Cuban didn't even know. What? Your owner didn't know? The owner of your team, the head coach of your team, the minority owners of your team. Nobody in your organization knew that you were having these secret talks with LA?
That's crazy.
How is that possible, first of all? How does
That's
that go completely unseen? And second of all, again, how do you have a job long enough to where you have a fucking press conference about it? As soon as the trade went down, buddy, you're gone. First of all, I'm going to try and see if I can get a hold of the NBA and say, "I'm sorry, we got to reverse this. Our GM, he had a mental break. There was something that just happened to him. He's schizophrenic. We got to give him that. We got to get him out. So he's going to
we
get
didn't
help
approve
now.
this.
He's going to get help now. He's not well. We don't know why he did this. He never asked us about it. Can you reverse this trade?" It's not like they haven't reversed shit before. They prevented Chris Paul from going to the Lakers. So it's not like something like that wouldn't ordinarily happen. But we're now looking at a point in time where apparently stupidity runs the world. Like it just, like, the dumber you are, apparently the more money you get. I don't understand it. I don't. I don't understand how some of these people are fucking qualified to do what they're doing and being in the positions that they're in. They're getting paid millions and millions of dollars, and I'm talking politicians as well. They're getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to sit on their thumbs with it firmly wedged up their ass, with their other hand firmly wedged inside of their nose, picking their brains.
Yeah.
We have let the village idiots run the world, and now stupid shit happens everywhere. Now I don't. First of all, I don't know who this general manager is up until this trade happened.
Correct.
Same. Nor do I actually give a shit, especially about what just happened, because I know he's not competent. This trade tells me everything I need to know about you as a GM. You're gone. You're done. You think you knew what our coach wanted? You think Jason Kidd is that stupid? This is Jason Kidd we're talking about here. high IQ of basketball, one of the smartest players of his time. Actually, he's a super smart coach. There's a reason why he's a head coach. If I'm not mistaken, he's also in the Hall of Fame, or at least gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Not sure. Either way, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer if he's not already.
Yeah.
You think if you would have actually asked, what's going on, Mr. Franklin? How are you, sir? If you were to actually have asked Jason Kidd, hey, what do you think about this trade? You think Jason Kidd wouldn't have looked at him and said, are you fucking kidding me? Are you stupid? What's wrong with you? Go full Michael Jordan meme. Stop it. Get some help.
Security.
Get him the fuck up out of here. And then on top of that, Jason Kidd would have called Mark Cuban up immediately. Hey, did you know about this? Did you know what this fucking weasel's trying to do? He's trying to sabotage our team.
Facts.
So that's the only way he's trying to sabotage the organization. Something happened between him and the owners, or some sort of friction happened.
Yeah.
To where he said, fuck it, I'm going to sabotage the team. That's the only thing that can explain this. There's nothing else other than I am going to fuck this team royally because they fucked me. That's the only way that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you not only traded him, you went the petty move of doing it just before he can get his supermax.
That is horrible.
That to me, like with all of those puzzle pieces put together, this was intentional. This was highly intentional. This was something that was planned. And this was an intentional sabotaging by this GM. There's nothing about this that doesn't just scream sabotage and bullshit. Because nobody in their right mind, if they're thinking clearly, shit, I could probably see people in the streets of San Francisco fucked up on fentanyl that wouldn't have made that dumb of a goddamn decision. All right, like I can go chill with the homeless man over at the liquor store who talks to himself in gibberish. And if I were to say Luca for AD, no, fuck you. He would actually take that moment to speak normally, to answer the question, and then go back to talking to his friend. Because nobody in their right mind, either sane or insane, would make this decision.
That's correct. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
There's got to be there's an underlying reason. There's a sabotage. I honestly believe if I'm Mark Cuban, I'm investigating the fuck out of this. This is foul play. There is foul play somewhere in this.
Hell, the NBA might investigate that.
Everybody should be investigating it just to do it. You may not find anything behind it, but there is something really fucking fishy about this.
I don't disagree. And how quick it got done too.
There's something behind it, and I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of, because that's just what we do on this show, and this is what we do on Mizzle and Dub show. We say shit, it happens. So I wouldn't doubt 2-3 days down the line right here that we get some sort of news that, oh yeah, the GM for the Dallas Mavericks was under investigation. Turns out, yeah, there was foul play. There was sabotage going on. I would not be surprised, because that's the only thing that explains what just happened.
And not to allow other teams to even be involved, to even negotiate. Just
the Lakers were the only team that knew about this.
Yeah. Hell, when the Luka didn't know, AD didn't know, and like you said earlier, when LeBron doesn't know, that's sabotage. I don't give a damn what you say. LeBron got his head in the cookie jar more than I did when I was a kid at my grandmother's house. Okay?
I'm just saying, man, when you look at every single piece, from the screwing of the Supermax, LeBron not knowing, Dallas's ownership not knowing, AD and Luka not knowing. Everybody was in the dark except for the Lakers management and this GM. There is foul play somewhere here. Something happened to this man to where he got so butthurt that he decided to give it to the Dallas Mavericks organization with their pants on. Okay? Something happened. He took it, now he's going to give it. Something happened. Something's got to give here.
Oh,
You're not
Somebody
going to
got-
be diddying me. No baby oil for me. No, you don't deserve the baby oil. We're going dry through the pants, jean style at that, not even shorts. There is.
Enjoy the tape.
Go ahead.
What was that, Deb?
I said, enjoy the chafing.
I don't think he cares.
All right, Sharks.
He probably might like it that way. I don't know.
So bad he circumcised himself. Okay, now
Damn it.
We're
Will
gonna
Damn it.
move on.
Will Franklin.
No, sir. No,
You
sir.
stop.
No,
Damn it.
sir.
Oh, no. We don't need that. None of that is allowed.
Nobody should want that laced baby oil.
No.
Not even Johnson & Johnson wants the laced baby oil. Matter of fact, they might be the ones who provided the laced baby oil, but that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. But I mean, it's just the dumbest decision in NBA / sports history just happened.
Yeah.
And the fact that nobody can understand or explain it, and the GM can't give a straight answer without his head coach looking at him like, I'm going to kick your fucking teeth down your goddamn throat. And it just screams foul play. There's something real fishy about this. It was petty to Luka. Maybe him and Luka didn't have a great relationship. You know, like there was something petty involved. There was something with this that caused this GM to make this snap reaction of a decision.
There was a third team. Who was the third team, Dub?
The Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think the Jazz knew about Luka?
Well, Danny Ainge came out and said he didn't know nothing about it. He didn't know Luka was part of it.
He knew there was a 3-team deal going on between the Lakers and the Mavericks and them. They didn't know Luka was on the table.
Nope.
Nobody but the Lakers knew that Luka was on the table.
How quick did they submit that shit to the league office though? Because that shit has to get approved. That shit has to get approved by the league office though. See, that's some bullshit.
See,
you know why?
Then now who is
Chris
the league
Paul,
office?
the Chris Paul trade where they vetoed that shit. Remember, Chris Paul was supposed to go to the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying. It's like who in the NBA?
But that's because the league. No, but the league owned the Hornets. That's why I didn't know.
Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense. I didn't know that part of the information.
The Hornets had no ownership. They were owned by the league.
That one makes more sense now.
That makes a lot of sense then.
And then the Hornets GM at the time opened his mouth talking about it. And then that's when David Stern stepped in and said, no.
I do remember him talking about it. I just forgot that the NBA was running the ship.
Yeah. Hornets had no ownership because they were trying to get back to Charlotte.
It still shows you that they can veto a trade. And they sure as shit approved this one.
So they approved, and it was quick. Like it happened in a blink. Again, the fact that nobody knew about this.
Nobody.
Is insane.
Hell.
Even the Jazz who were involved in the trade did not know.
Hell, reporters didn't even know about it. ESPN will be throwing no TMZ, no X, no Facebook, no Instagram.
Is it times like this that we miss Woj? Would Woj have been able to give this information? Probably not.
No.
I don't even think Woj would have been
Because
able
Shams
to
is
know
pretty
about
good
this
too. I like Shams. He's pretty good with his information, and he didn't even know nothing about this.
Like nobody knew that this was even being remotely thought of, let alone discussed.
So this
because
is
again, nobody in their right mind would do it.
This is what the Utah Jazz got. Okay, this is what they got. They got draft considerations from the Mavericks. Draft considerations from the Lakers. Jalen Hood-Schifino from the Lakers. And that's it.
What? Participation points. That's what they got. Peanuts. Here you go. Thank you.
In addition, Markieff Morris and Maxi Keebler come to the Lakers in addition.
They'll be bought out. They'll be bought out.
What the fuck? This is foul. This is foul.
Mm.
No, not in the short term.
No, because like I said,
in the short term. No. Like y'all can forget about even things even happening this year or whatever. The fact that they're still trying to bring up Bronny tells you everything you need to know about where the season is going. So short term, it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to change too much with LA in the short term. In the long term, though, is where this is going to be, at least for the Los Angeles Lakers. They won't have to worry about, who's going to come in and replace LeBron. You already have him. And he's 25. He's still a kid. He's still got, years left to play. Years, and the way he plays, he's gonna last 20. I could see him going 20.
Yeah.
And he's been in the league 6 years so far, 5-6 years. He came in when he was 19.
25, yeah, 6.
Or was he 19 or was he? Because I know he was pro when he was a teenager.
Yeah.
He was a pro overseas 15, 16, 17. I think he came into the league when he was 18 years old.
So that's about
if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me on that.
He
didn't come in when he was 20. He was either 18 or 19 years old when he came into the league. So he's already at the age of 25, almost a 10-year vet. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he got into the NBA when he was super fucking young.
All right, let's see. 6'6". Drafted 2018, and he was born in 1999.
So he drafted in 18?
Yep.
So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So yeah, he was 18. 19, rookie year. There we go. So he's 25 now, 19. So he's been in the league for 6 years. He's already a 6-year vet at the age of 25. And to be honest, he hasn't even hit the prime of his career yet.
Nope.
And he's already doing what he's been doing. His rookie year was Dirk's last season. That's right. So there had to have been some sort of either disagreement, argument or something. There had to have been something to where this GM was so pissed off and petty to where he said, fuck everybody else. I'm not going to tell anybody what I'm about to do.
It's going to do it.
I'm just going to do it. And he even said it at the press conference. It's my decision at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's what I want.
There it is.
What? If I'm the owner, I'm going, who the fuck are you? No. At the end of the day, it's Mark Cuban and the minority owners' decision.
Mark Cuban has a minority stake. He sold most of his stake, so Mark Cuban has little say in what the ownership does now.
Well, regardless whether he has little say, a lot of say, or but the ownership should have known. The ownership should have definitely been, especially if they have, stockholders or any sort of like the people who are actually putting the sponsors and everybody. The ownership should have known and should have been relayed, including the head coach.
Mark Cuban said it best. When somebody asked him, would he divorce his wife or trade Luka, he said, I will go to the courthouse the next day.
Yep.
Yep. So that there should tell you. So it's wild. It's a wild decision. Obviously we know where that, do we even limp it? No, if you even make it to the playoffs, you're full on. Your legs are gone. You're missing one arm. Half your face is missing.
You have no size to guard the rim.
And you've somehow grown a third nipple. It's just not happening.
I don't think you're beating the Denver Nuggets for sure.
No,
you're not beating Daddy Jokic.
You're not gonna even sniff really second round hopes. It's gonna be a sweep right off the bat. And that's a huge if on if you make the playoffs.
Right now.
Well, they're holding down what seat right now?
Right now, they're the 5 seed. If the playoffs were to start today, their first round matchup would be their daddies, the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah,
they're getting that ass whooped. They're getting that ass whooped.
And right now, I just got an alert from Bleach Report saying that Kyrie is still in the grieving process. He's heartbroken.
Oh, he wants out. He wants out. He's already said that he wants out. He said, you know what, fuck this. I came here to team with Luka, and now you just got rid of him. So why the fuck am I going to stay?
I wonder how Clay feels. Clay took that money to come play with Luka and Kyrie, and now...
The only reason why anybody is going, or even thought about going to play for the Dallas Mavericks was because of Luka Doncic. You gave up not just your franchise player, but really your marketing point for other players to come in for free agency. Your marketing when it comes to bringing in sponsorships, bringing in all of the outside, that the shit that doesn't happen on the court. You've gotten rid of your A+ marketing tool.
And we haven't even talked
pretty
about
much
Spurs yet.
And go ahead.
We haven't even talked about the other team in Texas that made a splash. The San Antonio Fundamentals.
I mean, I still don't know what the Kings are doing.
Or not doing.
Nobody never knows what the Kings are doing.
At this point, I'm kind of like, because I had said it before when they got rid of, Coach Brown. I was like, well, they deserve to lose, but then they started winning. But then you got rid of the guy that you basically said, we're going to build this team around. You got rid of Tyrese Halliburton for this guy. And 2 years, 2 or 3 years after you got rid of Halliburton, you made the playoffs.
Yeah.
For the first time in 16, years.
Twice. 2 years in a row.
And you get rid of the key guy that you said you were going to build around. It doesn't, if I'm the Kings, none of this makes sense. To me. And then I'm hearing somewhere.
That's why they're the Kings.
And I heard this, that apparently, and this is where I'm going to kind of jump on Golden State for a quick second. The San Antonio Spurs willing to give Wemby to the Golden State Warriors, but the reason that it didn't happen is because the Warriors said, I forget who the Pop. What is the
Kaczynski?
Pazinski was untouchable.
Wow.
Now,
I would doubt.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit
That's
here
dumb.
and act like I'm an expert in basketball, but Wemby's a fucking alien, and you're goddamn right. I would have chosen him over what's his name again?
Kaczynski.
Who the
Brandon
fuck cares?
Bachowski. Well,
I would have taken Wemby.
But
And it had to be who else is a part of that package.
Yeah, because I really don't think in his right mind that Greg Popovich would trade the Duncan Frenchman for Pods.
I'm
just
not believing that
relaying
article.
what I heard.
I'm not believing that article.
I understand. But knowing the San Antonio fundamentals like I know the San Antonio fundamentals that do everything right.
That would have been a huge blunder as well.
That's not right.
Yeah. That's not right.
Now, for the Warriors,
that
as
would
a
have
Warrior
been
fan,
in competition for dumbest trade of the year right next.
Yeah.
Now, as a Warrior fan, I'll take that. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
But as a Spurs,
why would you not take Wemby? But I'm just saying, knowing the Spurs like I know them, and for years I have called the Spurs one of the best ran organizations in North American professional sports because they do everything right, and people get annoyed by it because they do everything right. Doesn't mean they win the championship everywhere, but they just do things the right way.
Yeah.
Almost like the Rooney family and the Steelers. They just do things the right way and they don't succumb to peer pressure. I mean, these are what the Spurs do.
And
but
that's why they've had all the success that they've had.
Yes.
So it's just yeah, that would have been an absolute not even a blunder. That would have been this is completely out of character for the San Antonio Spurs.
And I'm just amazed that the Kings just gave in to what De'Aaron wanted. So I'm going to San Antonio. Oh, here you go. We'll let you play with me. We'll let you go.
That wouldn't have happened.
Okay. And,
he would have went to the Eastern Conference for sure.
And how mad?
Go to the Eastern Conference.
And how mad do you think Pop is because he's on the shelf recovering, and we pray that his recovery is going well. But how mad do you think Pop is like? Damn it, I can't be there. What the hell?
No, he just knows
when he comes back.
Well, they say no, he ain't mad. He knows what he's walking into.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
be mad.
He's probably sitting at home going,
yes, exactly.
Thank you, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
and when the Spurs start being the Spurs again, they're gonna be like, "Damn it, y'all again? Yes, we're back." Mm-hmm. Because again,
right.
I mean, how many years did the Spurs win 50 games? For how long? How many years were they in the playoffs? I mean, Greg Popovich is like Tom Landry. Consistency. That's what he is.
That's facts.
That's why he's the winningest head coach in NBA history.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a reason for that. Smart man.
Yes.
Very smart man. Oh, man. What I would do to be able to just have some sort of basketball conversation just for a half hour with him. Just to be able to sit there and just and just listen to him break it down.
It'd be fun.
Oh man, the intelligence that man brings to the game is unlike any other coach that's currently in the league right now. And I say currently because obviously you have all-time greats. You got Phil Jackson, sitting there, which I would like. Phil Jackson is one of those I don't want to talk basketball with. I actually want to talk philosophy with Phil Jackson. That's what I would want to do. I would want to say, hey, what's your philosophy on this? What's your philosophy on that? Like that's what I would want it to get. He seems so zen, about him. That it's just, okay, you look like you would have trained with Bruce Lee at some point. Like you talk like you've actually like you look like you have talked with monks for 50 years. Like you just sat and just took it all in. Like there's something about your philosophy that I like, and I just want to talk. But again, Dallas. I mean, both of their sports teams are sucking now. So great. That's awesome. The Cowboys suck. The Mavericks now suck. All of Dallas has always sucked. So I'm a happy camper over here on this side.
They now have to rely on Bruce Bochy to be their savior.
Well, and that's not even Dallas. They're the Texas Rangers. They're like, no.
Right.
We're not going to be called. We're not going to be called. That's probably why they've had the good juju. It's because they're not named after Dallas. They play in Arlington, but they don't name themselves the Dallas Rangers.
They're called Texas. Yes.
We're the whole state. Fuck that. We're not part of the asshole in the middle. We're not that. No.
Well, the funny thing is the Arlington. It's a damn shame that the Arlington Renegades of the used to be XFL won the last XFL title before they merged.
Yes.
Into the with a losing record, by the way.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
They weren't supposed to be anywhere near that championship.
No. And won it anyway.
So that was the first football championship for the city of Arlington in a long time.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just. I think right now it's all Jerry Jones's fault. I'm gonna say it's the city of Dallas is ran by the devil, therefore God hates the city. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Hey, I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you. All right.
I think it's more of the spirit of the fedora.
Yep. The spirit of the
what? The spirit of
Landry.
It is the spirit of the spirit of Thomas Wade Landry.
The fact that everybody's government name is crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's still wild to me that everybody's full name, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth of that name, and you will know every bit of it. That is insane to me.
Be like, you wanna mess up what I created, Jerry Jones? Here, I curse thee. The Cowboys belong to me.
Yep.
Now you must feel the pain.
The Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson curse.
Oof. Jimmy Johnson.
They got the double fisting in the bad juju.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones has made nothing but bad decisions after those fucking Super Bowls. And to be fair, when he bought the team, he inherited a good team.
That's exactly.
He inherited on already, set, Tom Landry set it all in order. Jimmy Johnson made it better with the Herschel Walker trade, with everything that everyone thought Jimmy Johnson was crazy when he traded Herschel Walker, but look what ended up happening. So it's just, again, the devil can talk a sweet game, but the devil never gets what he wants. Just letting y'all know. At the end of the day, only one wins. So outside of the NBA, it is NFL Super Bowl week. I thought one of the best questions was asked by a reporter. I forget what his name was, but he went up to Patrick Mahomes and said, with all of the great players and great people that you have played with, which one is your favorite ref? And I started dying. I couldn't get mad at it at all. And Patrick Mahomes took it on the chin. He said, "Wow, that's crazy." And he answered it. He said, I think all the refs are great. I think he went into he tried to be as professional with it as he possibly could because Kermit the Frog, being the face of the league, has to do that. He's got to defend his boys, over there in the pinstripe Foot Locker suits. He's definitely got to protect them and their integrity at some point. The league. What's funny to me, and this is why I think that the Chiefs are actually getting help. It confirmed it this past week to me. And the reason why is because every What up? The Prodigy is in.
What up, guys?
What's going
What up,
on?
guys?
Oh,
So,
yes.
think about this for a quick second. How long have people been saying the NFL is rigged? They're doing all that stuff. They're helping the Chiefs. They're helping the Chiefs. They're helping the Chiefs. They've been doing that, pretty much since Patrick Mahomes won his first Super Bowl. It isn't until right now, this past week, that anybody in the NFL, including the commissioner and the refs and everybody, even addressed it.
Yep. Because it got serious. The media is now talking about it. When it was just the fans and us just complaining about it, but now when you all got NFL, ESPN saying it, when you got Rich Eisen even saying it, it's
Why?
real now.
Because what we see on film doesn't lie.
100%.
It doesn't
don't
lie.
Tape don't lie.
So the fact that they're addressing it now tells me that it is. And in a way, gives me a little bit of hope. Because now they're going to want to take the actual stench off of it. They want to actually deflect. The Eagles might win the Super Bowl this year because of all of this. Just so the NFL can sit back and go, see, it's not rigged. We're not here just for Patrick Mahomes. We're not here to... They're going to do that. And then we'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs back in the Super Bowl next year, probably. They're going to pick up right where they left off.
Makes you appreciate Super Bowl 56 even more.
So it's just it's kind of crazy. I don't know if they've announced who the referee crew is going to be. Oh, they have?
They did.
It's not the same one in the AFC Championship game, was it?
It is Lee Blakeman. It is not Bill Vinovich. Hold on. I will answer for that. I will give you that question in just a second. Hold on. I also think it's an all-star crew, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
It's not the normal crew.
Okay. That could be a little helpful, but we'll see.
All right. So Ron Torbert is the referee for Super Bowl 59.
That's the guy with the glasses, right? African-American black guy?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
African-American with the glasses.
Yes.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. Some of the Super Bowls that he's done have been good ones.
Yeah, it's been fair.
At least through the year and stuff like that, he's seemed pretty fair.
He's only refereed one Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. So that was
the Super Bowl that he worked, oddly enough, was the Bengals and Rams Super Bowl.
And that was a game.
That Super Bowl was a game. It was.
That was a damn good game.
Super Bowl 56.
Okay, so the 1 year that Patrick Mahomes wasn't fucking in it, he was the ref. Okay, all right. So we'll see how it goes. But again, with all the indications, everything that's been going on since the mainstream media has been getting a hold of it now, kind of feeding into all the conspiracies facts really, because again, tape don't lie.
Here's something.
Kincaid could have caught that ball all he wanted to. That flag was still coming.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's something unique. Mike Morton, who is the umpire, is a former NFL linebacker, played for the Raiders, Rams, Packers, and Colts, and actually was on the Rams team in Super Bowl 34 that won the Super Bowl and actually had a tackle in that game.
Okay.
So a former NFL player is the umpire in the Super Bowl, part of the crew with Tolbert. Side judge will be Boris Cheek. This is his fourth Super Bowl. He's worked Super Bowl 42, Giants and Patriots, Super Bowl 50, Panthers and Buccaneers, but he also refereed Super Bowl 54, Niners and Chiefs. So to round out the rest of the crew, Max Causey is the down judge, line judges Mark Stewart, field judge Mel Robinson, back judge Jonah Monroe, and replay official will be Kevin Brown. That is your refereeing crew for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans.
That was pretty solid.
It's a pretty solid crew.
Solid
crew. That's a good, reputable crew right there. I'm not against that one at all. But it's like, again, the fact that they're actually acknowledging it, the fact that they're thinking about going to the lasers for the first down, to be able to like get it more accurate and stuff. But the fact that they're taking steps
Measures.
and to get away from this conspiracy theory tells me that was true all along. And I think Patrick Mahomes is probably now, I mean, hopefully, because it's just and to be fair, and this is, I guess, playing devil's advocate a little bit, it's not fair to Patrick. He is a super talented quarterback. I'm not saying he's not. I never have said he's not. He is a generational talent at the quarterback position.
Absolutely.
If he is going to win a Super Bowl, he deserves to not have an asterisk next to his name when it comes to it. It should be fair. It should be down the middle.
Yeah.
If he earns it, he earns it. It shouldn't be at the end of his career. Well, he had the refs help the entire time. Like that's not fair to him.
Correct.
I mean, yeah, obviously it's not fair to anybody else who's playing against the Chiefs and stuff like that. That goes without saying. But it's not fair to the actual players on the Chiefs who really are busting their ass to make it to these points, to actually put in the work to get to these points. It's not fair to them to have their career followed by an asterisk the entire time.
Correct.
You know, we make the jokes, you know, Kermit the Frog, all of the, you know, but there is one thing that we can't deny about Patrick Mahomes, and that's how good he is at the
He's
quarterback.
very good. He's damn
But
good.
We just can't deny that. You know,
But
so
most of us knew that when he went to Texas Tech. We knew that.
Agreed.
I mean, those that watch Big 12 football knew how good he was, just like those that watch Big 12 football knew that Brock Purdy was a solid quarterback, that he wasn't scared of the moment. So for those that pay attention, you knew. It's I mean, it's but now here's my question. If the Eagles do happen to pull off the upset, can we now?
Happy.
I know that, but can we now slow down the whole?
I'll be happy.
Can we now slow down the thing of Mahomes? They're trying to make Mahomes the GOAT. EIO. Now again, to get to 5 Super Bowls in a 6-year span is impressive because no NFL team has ever done that.
Correct.
So that's impressive. As much as I don't want to give the Chiefs credit because unfortunately, two of those have come at the heartbreak of me and my fellow member of the faithful, Mr. Pineda.
Yeah, sucks ass.
Yes, big time.
Both by double-digit leads. Kyle.
B-Rabbit.
Fuck.
B-Rabbit, you
Rabbit at his best.
Damn you.
Yeah.
But it does. But here's something I made a point today. Okay. For Andy Reid, this is his 6th appearance in the Super Bowl. Obviously, we know Belichick leads with 9.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Andy Reid tied, once again, Mr. Thomas Wade Landry for 2nd in most Super Bowl appearances says one of two things. One, it is really hard to get to the Super Bowl consistently, number one. And number two, just shows you how great of a head coach Tom Landry was. If he's still tied for 2nd with 6 Super Bowl appearances, and he hadn't appeared in the Super Bowl since the 78 season.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's that because I mean you look at it. Chuck Noll only went to 4, never got close ever again after he won his 4. Bill Walsh won 3, retired. Later he said he regretted retiring early. Who knows how many more he could have gotten if Bill Walsh stayed. I mean, as great as Don Shula was, he only got to 5 as a head coach. Joe Gibbs got to 4. I mean, and I mean, there have been some great head coaches in this league. I mean, Bill Parcells only got to 2. Tom Flores only got to 2. I mean, Dan Reeves, even though he lost all of his, Dan Reeves got to 4. Marv Levy, 4 consecutive. It is hard to get there, let alone winning it. And for Reed to be 4-2 in his 6 is quite impressive.
Very
And
impressive.
I think that kind of also speaks to, like, you're saying how difficult it is to get to the Super Bowl, and we all know how difficult it is to get to this. And that might be another reason why the alert ears are up for everybody. It's not supposed to be this easy to get to the Super Bowl for 4 or 5 years in a row. Being like it. It's not supposed
5
to be
times,
that simple.
5
How
times,
is it that simple for you guys and not for everybody else?
5 times in 6 years. Patrick Mahomes became a starter in 2018. The Chiefs' season has either ended in the conference championship game or the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that easy. Now,
No.
again, Patrick Mahomes is really good. Andy Reid, hell of a coach. All-time coach. First ballot Hall of Fame coach. No problem at all. The Eagles are probably still kicking themselves in the ass, even though they have made it to the Super Bowl, a handful of times, in recent memory.
This is
That's still there. There's a what could have been if they would have kept Andy Reid.
Yeah.
How many more Super Bowls could they have? Could they be the Chiefs of today? There's a whole lot of what ifs behind it. Because again, I'm not trying to take away anything from Andy Reid, from Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce is going to go down as one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. Period. There's no denying that. But again, it's not supposed to be that easy. Why is it that easy? Especially, there is no fucking reason why they only should have had 1 loss this year.
Yep.
They should have been a 10-5 team at best.
Easy.
So there's a whole, again, the tape doesn't lie though. What we see, the amount of the fact that there is a stat that Patrick Mahomes has over 20 interceptions nullified. That's crazy.
Crazy.
That is a crazy stat. So there's a lot of things, and then again, the fact that they're addressing it, the fact that they're actually saying this is ludicrous. That's not true. That's not true. That tells me it is. You wouldn't have to defend it if it wasn't.
Exactly.
You could just be like, I'm not going to make a comment about that. That's silly.
Well, because nobody's been commenting on it the past other years. So why is it so important now?
And again, you keep that energy.
Yep.
If nothing's happening, keep the energy. Hey,
we'll just continue to keep talking about it.
Exactly.
We will.
Leave the conspiracies and the speculation all up to us.
Yes. Yes.
Leave all of the bullshit talk and all that up to the talking heads, up to us. Well, I mean, basically us, because the talking heads take our shit anyway. So might as well just, keep watching us.
Fact.
So it's at that point.
Just pay us. That's all we're asking. Just pay us.
Just give us our due. Just give us our due. That's all we're asking for. A multi-million-dollar contract on ESPN and stuff like that would be nice. That would be awesome.
We'll take it.
We got to do what we got to do right now. We're going to build the subscribers. We're going to get all that. We're going to build what we have here, because we know the community that we're building here for not just the Jaffo Army, but Mizzle and Dub, other side of the ball, the A7, everything that we got growing. We got a lot of good stuff going on. So we'll get there. It's just, shit. If you're going to blatantly take our shit, at least give us the credit for it.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
At least
that's all we ask.
Cite the source, at least.
Be like, if you're going to say what comes out of my mouth verbatim, you need to give me that credit, because nobody else talks like us.
Facts.
Nobody else brings the viewpoints that we bring. I'm not even saying that to blow smoke up my own ass. I'm telling y'all the fucking facts. Nobody presents or talks about anything that goes on in any league like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, and that's how I know they're taking our shit. It's because of the fact that we're very unique in the way we talk about everything. It's how we present everything, how we talk to coaches, players, and everything else like that. That's how I know they're taking our shit. Because none of those motherfuckers over at Disney or at ESPN are creative enough to talk about what we talk about. Most of the thoughts that come from us are a lot of high thoughts. That might be another reason, for it. Highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. There's a double entendre there. It's elevated and it's highly up there because, again, none of us have played at the professional level, but we know ball. We know what we see. What we see with our eyes is very simple. We are not the average fan. That's not the case. We are knowledgeable in what we're fucking talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know that because they're taking our shit. We say everything, and then 2 days to a week later,
boom,
they're talking about it.
Right
so there. The you can't sit here and say, "Oh, y'all don't know what you're talking about." Fuck that. We have been right a whole hell of a lot more than we've been wrong on this show. We've been wrong on this show.
And we will admit it. We will admit it.
Exactly. We're not going to sit here and make excuses. We're not going to sit here and bullshit. Oh, we weren't wrong. We just did. No. We're not going to do that. When we're wrong. We admit it. But we've been right a whole hell of a lot more than we have it. On Mizzle and Dub show, on this show, we have been way more correct than we have incorrect.
By the way, EJ, congrats to your Oilers. They won tonight in St. Louis.
Go Oilers. Y'all seen that? What was it, 3-2?
Yes.
Go Oilers.
And then it's to the point now where, one, I'm frustrated because we're not getting the we're not getting the rub that we need to be getting.
Stop the acting, LeBron. Get up. Good grief.
We're not getting the push.
The rub is crazy.
And you want that, and you want that in the Bay Area? Nope, don't want that.
I'm just not gonna go there tonight. I'm actually on the show tonight, so I'm gonna keep it serious tonight.
Oh, now you're gonna be tamed. Of all the days,
I'm not gonna troll tonight.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. The right opportunity, the baby oil talk is coming. I know it. I know it's happening.
See, now you didn't open the door.
Here we go.
See,
that's all it took was baby
now,
oil.
when you said something about the rub, that was my point right there to come in with the baby oil. But I just left it alone. That was a little too easy. But you feel me? Now you talking about baby oil. There
It shouldn't be that easy if you were going to be tamed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. One small thing.
You see, I was just quiet though, right? I said a little something, but I ain't go off on a little tangent because I was ready.
Real quick, the great Ovechkin scores 878. He is now 17 away from Gretzky.
Man.
Good Lord. Who would have thought?
Not I.
Everyone thought
you talking about dude on the auto waters or the auditors or what's his name? The auto
Capitals.
Overchecking?
Capitals.
Ovechkin plays for the Capitals, the Washington Capitals.
Let me look him up because I know him. I done put a lot of bets on him.
He has played there his whole entire career, won a Stanley Cup in 2018 as they beat the Golden Knights in the Golden Knights first franchise. But yeah, a record that I thought would never see get broken, certainly my time. I thought nobody would even come close to catching Wayne Gretzky's goal record, but the great
There
eight,
it is.
17 away from the great.
That's craziness.
What's his name?
That's absolute craziness.
Oh, you talking about
Alex
Overcheck? Yeah, he's
Alexander
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin, yeah, he's
I don't
good.
even watch hockey like that, and I know who Alex Ovechkin is.
He scores it on an empty netter with 0.1 seconds left.
Go figure.
Of course. Let's give you a freebie while we're at it.
Right.
But it's like, remember not too long ago? Did I not bring it up to you guys that Sauce was going to be an option coming to the 49ers and he was ready to come?
Oh, boy.
I said that on y'all's show, and guess what happened 2 days later? All of a sudden, talks about Sauce Gardner going to the 49ers. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, Hufanga is a free agent, so it makes all the sense.
They'll keep Hufanga. They're getting rid of Brown.
Jair Brown, really?
Watch.
Well, yeah. Because,
If they're gonna get rid of any of the safeties, it's gonna be him.
Malik Mustafa. Mustafa could take his place.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then you put Sauce. That's gonna add another. That's more depth to the cornerback room. You know, we've got 3 really good safeties, but out of all the 3, I love Jair Brown. I really do. I think he's good. I think he can be a really, really good safety for us. But if that means we have to give up one safety in order to pick up a top tier corner, even though the other 2 safeties that we have are also top tier, one of them is an All-Pro, I'm good with that.
If you can have Sauce Gardner on one side, and then you have Diamondor Lenore on the other, who was fantastic this past season, and then if you want to even put Rolando Green as the slot corner,
ooh,
that's
pretty nice.
Yeah, see what I'm saying with Mustafa, and then
that's pretty nice.
And Hufanga at the safeties, that would work. I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. But I do think if they're going to get rid of the safety, it's going to be Brown. But yeah, you know, we talk about a lot of stuff on our shows, this platform, Mizzle and Dubs, you know, platform, and we just want the credit. That's due. We just, you know, just cite where you got it from. That's all we ask. You know, we're not saying you can't talk about it. We're not saying we're owning the rights to these conversations, but fuck, at least let the people know where you got the idea.
Yeah, you see when I said something about, well, never mind. I wasn't on the show when I said something about LeBron James coming to the Warriors. Or was I? No, I think I was when I first said that, where was I at?
It was either here or on the comment section.
Yeah, I think it was on our show.
Yeah.
And if it was in the comment section, it was definitely said out loud on the show.
Yep.
So
then they stole that too, man. Boy.
They did say pardon the interruption about LeBron James and KD both being traded to the Warriors. I was watching that today. So
I'm not gonna lie, for KD though, I like that trade give up. You know, I like who they had up there for the trade position for KD. You know?
I don't know about it.
You just can't get rid of everybody, man.
I don't know why anybody wants LeBron on the team right now. I really don't.
Yeah, same.
Nobody has been able to give me a legitimate reason on why LeBron should be on the Warriors.
Great.
Because why not?
Like not one, like Zelly earlier when he was talking to y'all, not once did I see him say anything about why LeBron should be on the team.
Well, he did say do right by Stephen Curry.
It's just a name. You got a 40-plus-year-old who's already showing signs of father time catching up, getting tired. Why would you want that on the team? Why? So somebody can piss him off and then they get traded the next year? It's like, why would you want to give that egomaniac any time of day? You do right by Steph? No, hell, you're not going to do right by Steph by adding fucking LeBron James to the team. I'm sorry.
No.
That's asinine talk. Sorry, Zelly. Got a lot of respect for you, sir, but I disagree wholeheartedly with that. There is absolutely zero reason why LeBron James should be a Warrior. You're not doing right by Steph. That's not going to do. They've even asked Steph, would you want LeBron on the team? And he has come out and said no. They don't need him.
No.
Now, if they brought back KD, even bringing back KD, I'm kind of like, for what?
Yeah.
There's an if on that one for me.
But I'd rather take KD than LeBron.
I mean, sure, for the scoring.
Yeah.
But outside of that, what? Why, like you guys had said earlier, Steph doesn't want you to give up the future for any of these guys. So if you're going to do right by Steph, listen to what Steph said. Don't do the exact opposite of what Steph said. Because
like
then
the Lakers and Mavericks?
You're not doing right by Curry by doing that. You're spitting in Curry's face if you do that, actually. You're telling Curry you don't think he can do it. You're telling him that you don't believe in the team like he believes in the team. That's what you're doing. That's a slap in the face to Curry, and you're not doing right by him by adding an egomaniacal fucking maniac, rubbing Johnson and Johnson all over himself in a maid costume over at Diddy's mansion to put him on that team. You're not doing it. You're not doing right by him.
Now again, and this is what Curry said verbatim on January the 14th. He said, "Desperate trades or desperate moves that deplete the future, there is a responsibility on allowing or keeping the franchise in good shape and a good spot when it comes to where we leave this thing when we're done." You said that back on January the 14th of this year.
So basically, leave the team in good hands.
So how is adding or putting LeBron James and KD on the team while trading the farm for them, how is that doing right by Steph?
It's not.
I rest my case. The argument's dead. The argument's done and over. LeBron James should not be a Golden State Warrior. There's no fucking reason behind it.
None.
And he's not going to leave either because Bronny's still on the Lakers.
Exactly.
He's not going to leave after all of that shit that he pulled to get his non-deserving Nepo baby of a son as a second-round pick on the goddamn team when everybody and their mama knew that he wasn't deserving of it. Why would he leave? That doesn't make any sense. None of that makes any sense. You know, that Bronny should not be in the league. He should still be in college right now. Developing his game wherever it is, transfer out of USC, whatever the fuck it is you have to do, I don't care.
Meanwhile, Bryce is going to a real good basketball school starting.
Oh, in Arizona. Oh,
exactly. Bryce is still going to be. I've been saying it forever. Bryce is going to be better than Bronny, 10 times better than Bronny. It's not even going to be close how much Bryce is going to be better than Bronny. I've been saying that since before Bryce got into high school.
Which, by the way, Arizona and BYU, a damn good one right now on ESPN. BYU's up 37-36 with 90 seconds to go in the first half.
You know, shout out to the Iowa women's team, too, taking down number 4 USC and Juju Watkins. That was a hell of a game there, too.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Right now,
with Caitlin Clark in the crowd after they retired her jersey at that.
Oh.
You talk about some shine and some luck. Like that was a big time win for the Iowa Hawkeye women.
Oh, let's go, Johnnies.
Was that St. John?
9 straight win for the Johnnies. Yes, they beat Marquette by 6.
Oh, that was played in the Mecca, too.
It was at the Garden.
College basketball over here ramping
Big
up.
East. Hey, well, you know, March is around the corner, JP, so that's when it's about to get ramping up.
Ole Miss
is definitely
Kentucky
around the corner.
That's what I love that because I can come home from work at like 11 and it still be basketball being played.
Yep.
Somewhere. March Madness.
Everybody get your brackets ready to get busted after the first fucking week because that's how it happens every goddamn year.
I stopped doing those things.
I'm never going to do a bracket again in my life.
It's
never done one.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
There's too much. There's too much, especially of how really unpredictable college basketball is.
Oh, yes.
Because you don't have to be a Power 5 team in order to go far.
You do not.
No. Well, it's always going to be a 16 beats a 1 sometimes.
Yep.
You get that one Cinderella.
Or 15 over a 2 or 14 over a 3.
5 versus 12 is always good.
12 beats a 5 all the time.
Yeah, 12 always beats a 5. Yes, it's always happened since I've been watching college basketball. Always.
The Cinderella team thing is real.
It's
for
and normally the
NCAA tournament.
Normally the 8-9 matchup is the best matchup on night.
Always the best. Always the best.
Those are the worst ones to have to choose from.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely the worst ones to have to choose from.
Yes.
8-9 is sometimes I shit you not, I've left that bracket open before. I've done that before. Like, I know I'm not going to get this. I know this bracket's going to be busted. I'm just not even going to choose. Or I'll like flip a coin or something like that. It's you never know. I always choose the 12 over the 5.
Oh, always.
That's one thing that I've always done in the bracket. But I mean, outside of that, there's just, for me especially, I'm just kind of like, man, after after the first few games of the tournament, oh, there's now 0.1% brackets back open. Oh, well, that means nobody in the country.
I mean, you think about it like this. I mean, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, Florida Atlantic, not known for basketball, gets to the Final Four and almost gets to the championship game.
Did anybody have that besides their own team?
No,
No.
Their own fans? Nope.
no.
Hell no.
And then last year, NC State almost pulls the
balling.
Jim miracle again.
Balling. Yeah, they were balling for sure.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you are putting money on, if you're putting money on brackets, you must have a whole hell of a lot of money to burn.
You better just use the game.
Not just that, it was the NC State women that also got to the Final Four. So NC State had a very good tournament last year on both sides, the men and the women.
Yeah, it's certain things I'll never bet on.
And that's college basketball.
College basketball tournament.
Yeah.
Definitely never want to. Once you get to the Final Four, it may be a little bit easier to bet on, especially like if you've been watching the tournament, you know how the teams have been playing, it's a little bit easier to kind of gauge everything once you get to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Or even the Elite Eight may get, it's a little bit more difficult, obviously, but I mean, it's still easier than the entire fucking bracket. So that's going to be fun. March Madness is always a good time. It's always, fun, entertaining basketball. Nobody pays attention to the regular season. We all pay attention to the brackets. That's usually what happens when it comes to college basketball.
Or the tournaments, or the like the Big East tournament, ACC tournaments. Those are interesting.
College sports, I think, has been more exciting than professional sports for a long time. And and some people ask, oh, why is that? Well, mostly, up until recently, because of all the NIL and everything that's been going on, when you've been playing college sports, you're playing to get to the professional level. You're playing for your school. You're playing for pride. You're playing for, it means a little bit more in college than it does into the professional ranks. Again, nowadays,
BYU in Arizona. I'm just telling you.
Nowadays, not too much, again, because it's basically professional. With the NIL, everybody's tampering, everybody's paying players to have good teams and everything else. It is what it is at this point. But for the most part, college sports has always been more exciting because of that, the school pride and all of the getting to the pros, got nothing to lose. Especially it's kind of like with high school sports. You don't know if you're going to make it to the next level. You don't know if you're going to have so you're going to put everything you have into these 4 years that you got with this school, to either make it or at least do your best to make good memories out of it.
Right now at Pauley Pavilion, number 9 Michigan State and UCLA are tied in the second half with 43.7 to go in Pauley Pavilion, which you can watch that game on Peacock, by the way, folks, for those that have an interest.
I just respect college sports a little bit more, and like you said, high school, because like you say, you don't know. Some of them just play the game. They're not looking to go pro. Like I said, they just want to play for the pride of their school and stuff like that. That's what makes it. But now this NIL's in the way. It's like now you got this portal, transfer portal. It's not fun no more. But when it's still entertaining though.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It has its moments.
Oh, you gotta get
but it's slowly starting to become.
Oh, that travel, yes, call that. Sorry.
It's slowly kind of starting to become that. I don't want to say unwatchable, but it's kind of annoying now.
Yep.
Especially since some of these college players, I've never seen the benefit of blowing smoke up a player's ass his entire life and constantly just handing him shit, because they're never going to learn from that. They're never going to get any better. And when they actually get told no when it comes to the professional ranks,
don't know how to act.
Exactly. They don't know how to act.
I still think college sports in its purest form in the tournaments, that's where you see the passion. That's where you see the pageantry.
Yes. Yeah.
That's where you see it at its absolute best.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, when the upsets happens and you see the jubilation of the student body storming the field or storming the court, again, one of the most vivid memories in my lifetime is still seeing the late great Jim Valvano trying to find somebody to hug after that. I mean that.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
Was just. I mean, even though it was 43 years ago, it's or 42 years ago, it still stands the test of time. Just jubilation is like, I need to go find somebody to hug because my team just shocked the basketball world.
Yeah.
When that happened in '83, Mizzle, cover your ears, but I mean the Kentucky Duke game in '92 with the Leitner shot. I mean that damn near was a cinematic movie watching those two go at it.
Just to the throw from the other end of the court.
Yes.
And he caught that, spun around, and hit, and just, I mean, you got to give credit's due. As much as I hate the Duke Blue Devils, but that was one hell of a game.
Oh, yeah.
One hell of a game.
The amount of memories and stuff, like the amount of highlights that is essentially like stand the test of time type of things. Like it's really, really cool stuff to see, you know, the Cinderella stories, you know, the teams that shouldn't be that, you know, it wasn't college baseball last year. There was a school that got shut down while they were in the NCAA tournament for baseball.
You faked it off the glass.
I forget what the team name. Well, I'll have to go back and look at it, and I'll show you guys offline, and like just to be able to show what it was that happened. But yeah, there was a Cinderella team. The school was getting shut down. The program was getting shut down. It had actually shut down while they were in the tournament.
That's great.
So while they were playing, there was no school, so they were playing for themselves, essentially. You know, like just the stories that come out of college, the names that, you know, yeah, there's going to be players that they're going to be college campus heroes for the rest of their life. They never made the pros, never went any farther than that, but they're campus heroes because of this moment. This, you know, certain, there's still an opportunity to be remembered for the rest of your life.
The school you're talking about was a D3 college team, Birmingham Southern.
Wow.
In Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
That clinched a spot in the series with a GoFundMe.
Yep. See, like you don't get stories like that in the pros.
No, you don't.
You don't get stories like that. That type of stuff is like, holy shit. Like, and I've always said, like, sports are the best indication of where society is at.
And the heartbreaking part is they lost on a walk-off home run to end their program.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, heartbreak, the story leading up to the heartbreak, obviously, is, you know, is fascinating. But again, you
short number 9 goes down.
The amount of stories that come out of sport, inspirational stories.
Yes. You
get more of those coming out of sports than you do really in any other aspect of life. You know, yeah, there's the you know, coming up from the mud, becoming a CEO, billionaire, you know, running your own business, you know, there's plenty of those. But sports is really where you get the best feel good stories, the Cinderella team, the underdogs, you know.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You know, there's nothing more entertaining. There's nothing more feel good than sports.
Yes.
You know, that a lot of, I still say to this day, Remember the Titans is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Hands fucking down.
It's a sports movie, but
it's also a true story.
Everything that happened, you know, with the segregation, coming together as a team, it didn't just show, obviously, the camaraderie, everyone, coming together for it. That movie perfectly explained what I've been telling people football is. Football has always been, for me and for anyone else who's ever played, one of the best brotherhood bonding, because again, it's one of the only sports that all 11 guys on the field need to work as a cohesive unit.
Mhm.
And if one guy fucks up, the whole thing fucks up.
As Steve Young said, it's the ultimate team game.
Yeah.
And
There's a reason why they compare football to war. That dead serious. There is a reason why they compare it to war, because you have to depend on who's next to you
10 other people
in order to achieve that
the
goal.
ultimate goal. Yep.
And that brings people together in a way of, again, the segregation times. But remember the Titans segregation. You have two groups of people who initially hate each other for no real good reason other than obviously the skin, the color of their skin. But what those coaches did to bring that team together, taking them to Gettysburg, showing them, hey, we fought with each other before. We can do it again. If we don't come together as a unit, we too will be destroyed.
Yep.
And that team inspired an entire city, that small little town, to come together and really start to grow and evolve as people.
Yeah.
Football did that.
Yep.
A sport, a game, did that for an entire town.
And also got some people to change their minds.
Exactly. Sports to me has always been, the best stories, the best way to, bring people together, the best examples of how to really go about, life, really. That's, again, I can say it till I'm blue in the face. That's the reason why I love football so much. That's why I'm so passionate about that game.
Another yard. You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every you make sure you remember when they played the Titans.
Run it up, Herman. Leave no doubt. And the fact that he went and handed the other coach a banana.
That was funny.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. That movie, I still say that's Denzel Washington's best performance.
Oh yeah.
My personal opinion.
No, you're not lying, but I'm gonna have to put the movie Gladiator up there with that now.
Gladiator is definitely up there. Gladiator 2 was up there.
Yeah, he killed it in Gladiator. So that's
you thought Prime Denzel was gone.
Yeah, right.
Hell no.
But I do love the 1 year I did play football. That's, you got a big brother. Everybody looked out for each other, even after off the games. You see them out there, hey, hanging out and stuff like that. So yeah, basketball is the second closest to football too, though.
Yeah, I have never seen a team that conflicts with each other ever be successful.
Nope.
Yeah.
I have never seen one individual carry a team to a championship victory. It doesn't happen. It can't happen. It's impossible for that to happen.
You're going to see that Sunday, because these teams have depended
if you have help from outside sources other than the men that are on your team, it's a little bit easier to get that done.
Right.
But the whole general idea of it is just, the camaraderie, everything about, when it comes to sports, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Story-wise, bringing people together, there's nothing like it. So that's one of the reasons why we do this show, because we love talking about sports. We love talking, and because the storylines are never ending, because sports is 365 days a year, whether it's, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, A7, anything else that, we got spring football now, or football now is starting to become almost a 365, days a year type of thing
It
now.
is. Loving it.
So you got the A7 in the spring, you got the UFL, you got arena leagues everywhere, you
We
got
got the CFCA coming up.
What was that?
We got the CFCA coming up.
See?
Semi-pro wall, the 37U. You got,
Right.
Oh man.
but it's all there's a reason why people are passionate about it. There's a reason why people care. It's because sports have done a lot of things for a lot of people, a lot of good things. The kids who grew up with nothing owe their lives to sports, because sports helped them get through it.
It's their
When
it's the way out.
Outlet. Yep.
I
tell you
an
what.
outlet to get a way out, an opportunity to learn something more about yourself, as well as your teammates and stuff like that. There's so many things when it comes to sports that just they get taken for granted of, and people, there's still that stigma, oh, the dumb jocks, and they don't really know what they're talking. It's like, no, if you really actually paid attention, and you really actually, and that's what people who say that type of shit are stupid. They're unintelligent. They don't know how to. They're really no room for that level of stupid in this society, to be completely honest. Because if you talk to a professional athlete, some of them are the most, or actually most of them are the most well-spoken, some of the smartest individuals that you will ever meet in your entire life. You're going to sit here and tell me that Andrew Luck is a dumb meathead? That motherfucker has a fucking engineering degree from Stanford.
You'll say, man went to Stanford. And the stuff said.
Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Genius.
Harvard grad. It's like they're not just dumb jocks. You need to know, and this is how I know that those stupid people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. When you name out a play, like for football, for example, you name out a play, different scenarios, that it's a foreign language to them. They have no idea what you're talking about. Like the split left, halfback switch, Z hitch, X slant, all the different types of the formations, you're breaking it down. It's like, oh my God, everybody has to know. No, actually, they don't. They have to just focus on this part of the play. This part tells whatever position what they need to do.
Do your job.
Yeah. You just do your goddamn job. It's not hard. It's really not rocket science. As much as it sounds like it's crazy to comprehend, it's really not. So that's what I'm saying. Like those same people who say the dumb jocks and stuff would never know how to read a playbook ever. They would look at a playbook and go, I don't know what this is.
Yep.
This is advanced geometry, mathematics. I don't know what this is.
The math ain't mathing for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. Okay, so if it doesn't make any sense to you, why the fuck are you talking? Why the fuck do you have an opinion? Shut your mouth. Until you figure it out, until you learn it, until you actually know what the fuck you're talking about, until you actually know what you're seeing, keep your mouth shut. Because you have nothing intelligent to say and you just make yourself look like an ass. You're over here disrespecting these athletes. These human beings, yeah, they get paid a whole hell of a lot of money, but they're still human beings nonetheless. You're going to talk all this shit, even though you wouldn't even have the testicular or intestinal fortitude to be able to play this game. Whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's basketball, whether it's anything. You were probably that kid that couldn't make it. Couldn't do it. You tried, but you found out science was probably your best bet. talking behind a camera, for being a student body president was probably more your speed than actually playing sports. Most of the people who say that type of it infuriates me because not just, I've obviously played sports my entire life. I'm not a stupid individual. Like I'm not dumb. I know what I'm talking about, especially when we're talking about analyzing the game. Look, I watch film. I do all of the things I need. I can't do this show and not know what the fuck I'm talking about. And we know what we're talking about because, like I said, full circle moment, they're taking all of our shit. That's how I know.
That's like
So it's like it's crazy things, people, but have a little bit more respect towards these athletes and stuff because some of your kids look up to these guys. Some of your, some of these people, that's the only thing that they know. That's the only way they had to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of actually giving them the praise of actually making something of themselves and making something of their lives, you're going to sit here and shit on them. And to those people, I say respectfully, actually disrespectfully, y'all can go fuck yourselves. So we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us on this Tuesday night. On that note, yep, the bad guys got to leave it on that note. Fuck it. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week. We will see you guys again come Friday. Tomorrow night, be here again, Jaffos TV. Botched Initiative, the Sable Knights, session 2 of the entire campaign is going on tomorrow. And then brand new show. It's Jaffos TV, ladies and
Hell
gentlemen.
yeah.
Now coming to you starting this coming Monday, the Indie Vibes with our great DJ, best in the world,
Yes.
DJ Mad Sticks, will have his own show here on Jaffos TV covering all things indie music, having artists and stuff. Because again, we've tried to have artists and do things here, but there's just so much that we can do here. So we say, you know what, fuck it. Let's have the great one do his thing. So he's going to have his show every Monday at 7 p.m. here on Jaffos TV, Indie Vibes with DJ Madsticks. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. For all social media stuff, I had to make the decision today because it's difficult as fuck for me to manage 3 to 4 accounts doing 4 different things. So it's all in one. It's all in one thing on Instagram, on TikTok, on everything. It's all Jaffos TV now. So on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook, here on YouTube, Twitch, it's all Jaffos TV. So wherever it is that you guys want to find us, our clips, you got multifaceted stuff here, and that's the way I wanted this channel to be, just to have a bunch of stuff to where everybody can be able to come to one hub and enjoy everything that they can possibly enjoy.
Jaffo multiverse.
Yes, sir. We'll do. I like that. The Jaffo multiverse. I like that. Yeah. So, once again, appreciate you guys here at All-Pro Jaffos. We'll see you guys again on Friday. Get in with Bosch Initiative tomorrow, and then once again, DJ Madsticks or Indie Vibes with DJ Madsticks. Also, go to Mizzle and Dub's show over there on YouTube. Subscribe to them. Get their numbers up as well. Other side of the ball's over 1,000 subscribers now, but let's get those numbers up for them. A7FL season is coming, so we're going to be having some A7FL guests coming up on these coming shows, so be prepared for that. A7FL season starts March 16th, and there's a lot of good stuff that's going to happen. Some things, playoff structure, season, how everything's going to happen. It's going to be very interesting this year. You guys are not going to want to miss it. A7FL is one of the fastest growing leagues in the entire country right now. It's getting a lot of looks, getting a lot of love, and we like that because we've been following and paying attention with this league for a long time, and we love to see it grow, and the people who work hard at getting it to this point deserve every bit of that recognition. Matt Ryan, Big Rob, Corey Hammond, Derek Duncan. If I'm forgetting names, apologize, but you guys know who you are because the league wouldn't be where it's at without any of you guys. So Mr. Will Franklin, yes,
Yes.
the craziest referee of all time. Go check in with him as well. So there's a lot of good stuff, and Jaffos TV, Mizzle and Dub show this community. This is where you guys want to be for all of it. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share it to your friends, be a friend, tell a friend, let your family know. And once again, we appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week. For myself, JP, for Mizzle and Dub, the prodigy, EJ Wizzle, and for the greatest DJ in the entire world, Mr. DJ Mad Six. We will see you guys again next time. Deuces.
Yeet.
Shout out to the baby oil.
Oh, no. How do we end the show like that?
I was about to press end. He said it, but I have to. God, fucking EJ forever trolling. Love y'all. We'll see y'all later.